We're at TSP Game Plan 2025, and we got Kiana Morant. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for asking.
Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to speak with me.
I'm glad that you invited me.
Yeah. So for those that don't know you, tell us about your story and what you do, who you are.
I am a serial entrepreneur. I was born and raised in the DMV, Prince George's County, Maryland, to be exact. I own and operate childcare centers. I manage childcare centers. I have a driving school, which is mandated by the state.
Wow.
I recently opened a restaurant maybe 7 months ago, which did great. I own and operate a I'm the founder of a driving school. I own and have residential and commercial property.
That's amazing. It feels like everything you touch like turns to gold or platinum, right?
Thank
like,
you, Jesus.
Yeah. Like, you're a serial entrepreneur. Where did you get your passion for entrepreneurship from?
So growing up, my life wasn't grand, right? So I didn't have the exposure. So I dreamed through the TV.
Okay.
I used to see MTV Cribs.
And
I used to see the celebrities. And at an early age, I knew what I wanted my life to look like.
Okay.
So just dreaming and believing in God.
Yeah.
And here I am.
I love it. And like a lot of businesses that you have are in the childcare space. And we were speaking before the camera came on, but you said that childcare is your passion, right?
That's my passion.
Like when did you realize that childcare was what you wanted to do?
So my mom, despite our circumstances growing up, she used to have the church van pick us up, or we used to walk to church and stuff, although she didn't attend. But when we was walking to church, she would. I was into vacation Bible school and nursing and ushering, but I knew I had the ability to teach.
Yeah.
And it drove my passion to childcare. When I was growing up, I thought I was going to be like maybe a detective or a lawyer.
Really? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but in college, I started working at a charter school.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, this feels so good. It didn't feel like work.
Yeah. Which college did you attend?
I went to Coppin State.
Nice, okay. Familiar. And so with childcare, right, like you own a nice amount of childcare centers, but you also consult.
I do.
Right? There are people that come to you and actually say, Kiana, help me. My business is struggling. Like, how do you do that? How do you go in there and just turn things around?
Because it's my passion, I can look at it and say, we doing this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, A through Z within 60 minutes.
Wow.
And then we create a plan to fix your pain points in your business to make sure that you're successful. Because sometimes ECE is a challenging field. You all sometimes are overworked and underpaid. So I try to bridge the gap where though you can be paid for all the hard work that you do.
Right. And you know, I work with a lot of childcare owners and stuff, and I see a lot of things that you know, make them struggle and just have a lot of anxiety every day. And one of the biggest things that I see is the labor, right? Like hiring people. And you know, a lot of them say McDonald's is paying literally the same amount of money they're paying more than what we're paying, and we got to raise our prices or what we pay our people. Like, have you experienced any of that with your people?
Absolutely. So again, you have to find people that also have the passion, have the skill, because even as a teacher in big school districts, they are often overworked and underpaid. But they're there because they have the passion, and that same technique works with ECE, because as early childhood educators or as educators, period, we set the foundation. We the ones that groom the football players and the lawyers and the doctors. Like, all of these people come through us. And then as an educator, you have to know that we set the foundation, right? And we plant the seeds in them. So when they grow and they bloom and they blossom, we just know that our reward is coming as well.
Yeah, I love it. I always say, like, people that have childcare businesses are essential, right? Because without you guys, we can't go to work.
Cannot.
And a lot of people didn't really realize that until COVID-19 happened. And when I'll never forget, when COVID happened, both of my boys, you know, were 18 months. They were in the background. They're tearing everything up, and we're on Zoom calls trying to like do business and everything, and they're crying in the background. And I was like, man, when is the childcare center going to open again so that they can go back and they can have somebody like attend to them while because work can't stop.
Work can't stop.
You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate everything that y'all do and y'all bring to the table. What are some of the hardest things that you've had to experience in owning a childcare center?
Some of the hardest pain points in owning a childcare center is one, getting started.
Okay.
Two, believing or gaining the trust of your clients.
Okay.
Because as you say, you had 18-month-old babies. Right? You're not just putting them in the hands of anybody. So it's like you probably went to maybe 15 centers before you selected that one.
How'd you know?
I'm good at this, I told you.
Yeah.
So it's one, gaining the trust
Right.
of your clients and your customers, and we make them feel like family. One of my centers, the one I had the longest, I don't even market for that center because my families keep me full.
Wow.
Literally keep me full.
Wow.
And I have room for no one else because they gain the trust. I'm my product. They love, like, you know what, I'm going to see Miss Kiana. My granddaughter that had a baby, Miss Kiana. I've been in the industry for a long time. I'm bringing a baby to you. So you gain the trust. A lot of the times with childcare owners, sometimes we don't understand our value. We want to give discounts, but when you give discounts, you're not able to provide the quality of care that you need to service your children.
Yeah. That's so important. I want to talk to y'all that own childcare centers. Know your value. You guys are essential. You're valuable. Charge your worth, right? Because you want to make sure that you're able to provide the best environment for your children that are in your center. You know, and you can't do that charging $100 a week. Like, that's not enough. You got to charge your worth. And you got to also take care of yourself too, right? Like, when you're taking care of children and you literally are working all day, making sure that they're good, you got to pay yourself a reasonable salary. You got to be able to take profit out of your business and live the life that you want to live, you know? So I just wanted to say that to y'all. Kiana, I really appreciate you for coming on.
If I could just say one thing to what you said as far as charging what you worth, if you feel like, you know what, I'm going to charge cheaper, that raises an eyebrow. Because parents pay for their kids. And if you are charging $100 and the person across the street from you is charging $500, a lot of times people provide quality or compare quality with price.
Right, yes.
So if you are too low, people are not going to take you serious, and you might have the best program. So charge what you feel as though that you're worth. Do some market research in your area or the place that you want to open, or if you are operating, but don't sell yourself short. Because if you sell yourself too short, you don't have room or the capacity to provide the quality care that the kids need.
I love that. We might need to do a part 2, y'all. You might need to come to Houston. I might need to come up to DC and do like a real full-length interview.
We can do it.
Yes.
I'm open to it.
Well, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Thank you for having me. TSP.
Yes.